Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because you finally arrived at this very moment. This isn't just any ordinary day, and this isn't just a random message. Heaven has been watching. A meeting was held behind the clouds, beyond the stars, within the courts of the divine realm, and your name was whispered with reverence. Every angel stood still. Every heavenly being turned to look when your name was called. The books were opened. The scrolls were read. And one decision was made, a final decision that changes everything about your life. And now, beloved, they have given Archangel Michael permission to reveal it only to you. This is the first and only time you will see this message in this way. It is not a coincidence. It is not luck. It is not random. It is written into your divine timeline, placed right here at the edge of destiny where one decision shifts the entire course of your journey. Heaven said yes. And now, the gates are open for a brief moment. But not forever. Heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds. This is your moment to believe. This is your moment to open your heart completely. This is the moment the universe has been waiting for you to notice. God is not far away from you. He has always been closer than your breath. He has watched you through sleepless nights, through long battles, through quiet pain you never shared. And now he speaks, "My child, I never abandoned you. I never forgot you. Even when you questioned me, even when you couldn't feel me, I was there. I wrapped myself around your spirit and held you while you thought you were alone. I counted your tears. I followed your every step. And I have been preparing this moment just for you." Archangel Michael is not weeping from sadness. He is weeping with joy. Because for the first time in so long, you're finally seeing it. The truth. The purpose. The deep reason behind your trials. He knows how many times you were hurt and didn't speak. He knows how often you smiled just to keep others from seeing your breaking heart. He knows the strength it took to stay alive when everything inside you wanted to give up. And now he's here, trembling with joy because you've reached the moment heaven has been orchestrating for years. There are some things you were never meant to carry alone. That heavy burden that's been sitting on your chest. That weight pressing on your mind at night. That sadness that you couldn't explain to anyone, that confusion about why things fell apart, that's what this is about. God didn't cause your pain, but He has been using it. What the enemy meant to break you, God has used to awaken you. This moment is your turning point. This is the split in your timeline. This is the divine shift that generations before you prayed for. And you are the one chosen to walk through it. Heaven's decision was not made lightly. They gathered. They discussed. They reviewed everything, the heartbreaks, the losses, the betrayals. They saw what you did when nobody clapped for you. They saw how you loved when no one loved you back. They saw you get back up when no one was watching. And then the light surrounded your name. And then the trumpet sounded. And then the voice of God echoed through the heavens, "It's time." This is not just your time. This is your redemption. This is your restoration. This is your reintroduction. The version of you that was crushed by pain is being replaced by the version that was always hidden within you, the version anointed, chosen, and unshakable. God didn't bring you this far to abandon you now. He didn't whisper to your heart just to leave you in confusion. He is revealing Himself in ways that will make everything else make sense. The confusion is clearing. The fear is lifting. The door is opening. And it is you who has the key. But listen carefully, heaven's window doesn't stay open forever. This is the miracle moment that will not wait. Just as quickly as it appeared, it can vanish. That's why you must act now, not in panic, but in faith. This isn't a warning out of fear. This is a call out of love. This is God saying, "You've waited long enough. Now, come with me. Trust me. Step out." God says, "I will be with you. Rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are mine. No evil can touch what I protect. No curse can override what I've blessed. No human can cancel what I've ordained. You just have to trust me. You just have to pray to me. And I will answer. You have been tested, yes. But now comes the reward. You have endured more than most would understand. And that's why your blessing will be greater than most can comprehend. You have suffered in silence, but you will rejoice in public. You have waited in the shadows, but you are about to be called into the light. Your delay was not denial. Your waiting was not wasted. Your silence was not emptiness. It was sacred space. And now it is being filled with divine abundance. The promises that were spoken over your life are not dead. They are alive. They are activated now. And Archangel Michael has been assigned to oversee this next phase of your journey. He is not leaving your side. He will guard your home, your heart, your mind, and your destiny. He will make sure that nothing interferes with the divine release that is being sent to you now. It's already in motion. It's already happening. You may feel something shifting in your spirit. That warmth, that tingling, that rising sense of divine movement, that is real. That is heaven touching earth on your behalf. That is angels walking through your home, rearranging everything that was out of order. That is healing entering your blood. That is clarity filling your mind. That is joy returning to your soul. What you are feeling is not random. It is divine alignment. You are being called to stop doubting. You are being asked to believe again, to hope again, to open your hands and release the fear. Let it go. Let the pain go. Let the bitterness go. God is not finished with you. In fact, He's only just begun. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are right on time. And the whole of heaven is standing in agreement. Michael says this was the moment he's been waiting for. He has wept for you when you wept. He has fought battles in the unseen realm on your behalf. He has held back forces that tried to destroy you. And now, with holy tears in his eyes, he bows in awe, not at your weakness, but at your resilience. Your heart is beautiful to heaven. Your soul is radiant. And what is about to happen next will leave you speechless. God says, I'm sending you favor. I'm sending you divine connections. I'm sending you answers to questions you've cried over for years. I'm sending healing that will make the doctors shake their heads. I'm sending protection that will confuse your enemies. I'm sending joy that will overflow. I'm sending provision that will cover every need. And it begins now. Not next year. Not someday. Now. Heaven's countdown is not to scare you. It's to awaken you. To show you that this is real. That you matter this much to God. That your life has value beyond comprehension. That you were chosen, not randomly, but purposefully. You are not one of many. You are the one for this specific message. You are the recipient of a heavenly verdict that reads, blessed, protected, called, chosen, covered, anointed. Your home is being touched. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered. People you don't know are being stirred to bless you. Systems are being shifted. Delays are being reversed. Chains are breaking. Strongholds are falling. God's light is flooding every corner of your story. The very things the enemy used to torment you are now being turned into testimonies. You will speak of this moment. You will remember the day you finally found this word. The day heaven sent its final decision straight to you. And what happens next will be undeniable. The change in your atmosphere will be visible. The glow on your face will be noticeable. You won't have to explain yourself. You won't have to prove anything. The fruit will speak. The evidence of divine favor will speak for itself. And those who doubted you, mocked you, or walked away from you will be forced to witness the glory of God written all over your life. But now, let go. Completely. Surrender all of it, the worry, the questions, the timelines, the self-doubt, the fear of failure, the guilt, the pressure. Give it to God. Lay it down now. This is sacred ground. You are not just reading words. You are being called. You are being seen. You are being chosen, again, and again, and again, by the one who created galaxies yet still calls you his beloved. The 45 seconds are almost over. The door is about to seal, but before it does, declare this: God, I trust you. I receive your promise. I believe in your timing. I surrender my pain. I choose your path. I am yours. And now heaven smiles. Archangel Michael smiles. God nods. The verdict has been sealed. You are free. You are blessed. You are chosen. You are his. Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because you finally found this. A meeting was held in heaven just for you, and beloved, they've finally allowed me to reveal it only to you. Hurry, heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds. The sound of heavenly bells has rung. Not to scare you, not to rush you into panic, but to alert your soul that something monumental has been activated in the spiritual realm just for you. This moment has been centuries in the making. This message is not random. You are not imagining things. You didn't stumble upon this. You were led here, hand in hand by angels who have been walking beside you your whole life. And now, they are smiling, because you've finally arrived at the place you were always meant to reach, the moment of revelation. Archangel Michael is standing in awe, tears of joy falling from his eyes because you heard the divine whisper and followed it. He has waited so long to speak this truth into your heart, but it could not be revealed until now. God wanted you to reach this moment in divine alignment. There is something sacred about this timing. It is not coincidence. It is not mere luck. It is prophecy being fulfilled. You have been chosen, and heaven is watching. All of creation has leaned in closer. The cloud of witnesses has gathered. Your ancestors, those who prayed for you generations ago without even knowing your name, are here in spirit. They are witnessing the moment where divine secrets are being unlocked for you. This is not a general message. This is not a vague blessing. This is a personal, targeted, heaven-sent word reserved specifically for your soul. God says, "Beloved child, you've endured so much. You've walked through darkness that could have broken anyone else. You've cried tears that no one else understood. You've kept going when your soul was exhausted, and you did it with a heart that still chose kindness. Heaven noticed. I noticed. And I was there. In every moment you thought you were alone, I was holding you. When the world turned cold, I wrapped my warmth around your spirit. When you thought you were forgotten, I was whispering your name into the ears of angels. And now the time has come. The heavens have spoken. A divine meeting was held, yes, for you, and the verdict has been made. The season has shifted. What was once withheld is being released. What was blocked is now flowing. What was hidden is being uncovered. This is the hour of divine unveiling. You are stepping into the space where miracles manifest and prophecies come alive. The things you thought were too good to be true are now the things I am commanding to enter your life. You don't need to beg. You don't need to plead. You don't need to perform. You just need to believe. The decision has already been made in heaven, and it is final. The enemy tried to delay it. The enemy tried to distract you. The enemy tried to get you to give up right before this moment, but you didn't. You kept your heart open. You continued to hope. Even if you doubted yourself, you never stopped hoping in me. And that was enough. That mustard seed of faith has now grown into a mountain-moving miracle. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them the veil has been lifted. You are no longer kept in the dark. The time of silence has ended. The secrets you sensed but couldn't explain are now going to become revelations you can feel, touch, and walk in. God has seen the inner war you've battled, the conflict between believing in miracles and being afraid of disappointment. But this time, disappointment will not be your outcome. This time, it's going to work. This time, the answer is yes. You don't need to understand every detail. Just be still and know that I am God. I am not bound by time. I am not limited by circumstance. I am not intimidated by your enemies. I am not afraid of your past. I have already factored in every mistake, every failure, every detour, and still, I am calling you blessed. I am calling you victorious. I am calling you beloved. You were not an accident. Your life is not random. You were crafted in my image with a destiny that can no longer be delayed. The 45 seconds are not about pressure. They are about alignment. Right now, while you read this, heaven is open over your life. Angels are circling. The air around you is thick with divine energy. You may feel tingling in your hands or a strange heat in your chest. That is not imagination. That is confirmation. You are being marked with heavenly oil. You are being sealed for divine promotion. Doors are swinging open in realms you cannot yet see, but soon you will walk through them. This is your warning and your invitation. Warning, because if you hesitate, you might fall back into old patterns that once kept you stuck. Invitation, because if you say yes now, everything changes. This is the shift your soul has prayed for, even in its quietest moments. This is the confirmation you asked for in those secret, tearful prayers. Heaven heard. I heard. And I'm answering you now, not with a whisper, but with a shout from the throne. You were not born to live in survival mode. You were created to thrive. The heaviness you've been carrying is being lifted. The cycle of lack is being broken. The chain of pain is being shattered. The silence of the heavens is over. God says, "Tell them I am coming through like a rushing wind, like a tidal wave of glory. I am overtaking their situation. I am rearranging everything. I am exposing every hidden plot. I am overturning every false word spoken over them. I am canceling every plan of the enemy. I am establishing a new decree. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't even entered. Your destiny is being discussed at tables built before you were born. You have divine appointments approaching, people who will recognize your value instantly, opportunities that will fall into your lap without striving, financial miracles that make no logical sense. Don't shrink back. Don't second guess. Walk boldly. Heaven is backing you. Archangel Michael has already gone ahead to clear the path. You are not who they said you were. You are not what you've been through. You are who I say you are, redeemed, restored, reborn. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your trauma is not your prophecy. Your pain is not your prison. I am writing a new story for you, one where the end is better than the beginning, one where your enemies will have to watch as I elevate you higher than they ever expected. But you must move now. This is your window. The door is open. The angels are holding it, but not forever. There is divine urgency here, not fear-based, but love-based. Because I want you to have all that heaven has for you. I want to pour out blessings you won't have room to contain. But I need your full yes. Not a maybe. Not a someday. Not a, when I feel ready. I need your surrender now. There are contracts being broken in the spirit realm, agreements you didn't even know you made with fear, with failure, with limitation. I am nullifying them. They no longer have power. There is only one agreement that stands now, the covenant between me and you. A holy vow that I will never leave you. That I will bless you. That I will keep you. That I will fight for you. Breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Feel the presence around you. That is not emptiness. That is divine embrace. You are being held. You are being seen. You are being chosen again and again by a God who knows every part of you and loves you still. The mistakes, the doubts, the wandering, all of it is being covered in grace. You are safe here. You are home. Archangel Michael says this is only the beginning. The real journey starts now. A new season, a new identity, a new level of favor. Everything is changing, and it's changing in your favor. Watch as I take the very thing that tried to destroy you and use it to build your palace. Watch as I elevate you in front of the same people who laughed at your downfall. Watch as I bring beauty from ashes, joy from mourning, peace from chaos. You've waited long enough. You've cried long enough. You've suffered long enough. Now it's time to receive. Open your hands. Open your heart. Say yes, even if your voice trembles. Say yes, even if you're scared. Say yes, and I will carry you the rest of the way. This is holy ground. This is sacred space. This is your moment. Don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let logic delay your destiny. Don't let past pain decide your future. Trust me. I've never failed you, and I never will. The same power that raised my son from the grave is now resurrecting your dreams. The same angels who stood at the tomb are now standing at your side. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And you are ready. The decision has been made. The final word has been spoken. And heaven says yes. If you believe in God, type Amen. God says, Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because you finally found this. A meeting was held in heaven just for you, and beloved, they've finally allowed me to reveal it only to you. Hurry, heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds. This is not by chance. This is not random. You didn't just scroll and land here by coincidence. You were brought here. You were led here. Heaven gathered. The angels stood. The elders waited. The Lamb opened the scroll, and your name was there. You have been chosen, not for a punishment, not for a judgment, but for a divine revelation that even the skies dared not utter before today. It has been hidden, locked, buried under centuries of silence. But the silence has just broken because your heart is finally ready. Your eyes are finally open. You're ready to receive what others tried to erase from your timeline. Listen carefully, beloved. The meeting in heaven was urgent. The Spirit of the Lord moved quickly across the eternal council. Archangel Michael stood up, his sword sheathed, his voice trembling with awe, and with great reverence, he whispered your name. Yes, your name echoed in the hallways of the throne room. The fire of God responded. And every angel turned toward the name that has been carrying more spiritual weight than you ever knew, your name. They knew what you've endured. They saw the nights where you didn't even have the strength to cry. The times you collapsed into yourself and couldn't explain the heaviness you were carrying. Every prayer you whispered and every tear that you thought went unnoticed was actually bottled, collected, and presented before the Father in gold vials that hold only the tears of the truly chosen. Your pain was not overlooked. Your silence was never ignored. Your loneliness was recorded in the scroll of divine record-keeping. And heaven decided, it's time to open the gates and show you what's been waiting behind the veil. Michael cried. Not because you failed. Not because you sinned. But because you survived. And now the veil is torn. This is not just a word, it's a transaction. You're receiving a spiritual inheritance that was postponed for too long. And Michael, your protector, your assigned angel, has fought with too much blood to let you miss it. His hands are trembling as he holds open the scroll for you. Don't scroll away. Don't ignore this. 45 seconds of divine decision are hanging over your name. If you close this, the window seals. But if you stay, everything that was hidden will be placed into your hands. This is what they didn't want you to see. The forces that battled you, seen and unseen, were terrified you would discover this exact message. They spent years wrapping your life in distractions, betrayals, financial warfare, emotional collapse, and chaos so that you would be too broken to recognize the signal from heaven. But look what happened, you're still here. They lost. Every evil word spoken about you failed. Every curse failed. Every betrayal ended up serving you. And now God is using what was sent to destroy you as the very tool to elevate you into your divine assignment. Let me reveal to you the real reason you've been under spiritual attack. You carry something extremely rare, something that even angels are curious about. A divine DNA, a spark of royal flame that cannot be duplicated, cannot be replaced, and cannot be cancelled. You have a sacred imprint on your spirit, a heavenly signature that marks you as a carrier of end-time revelation. You're not just anyone, you are a forerunner, a breaker, a lineage shifter. You're the first in your bloodline to hold this much light, and the darkness knew it. That's why it tried to suffocate you before you reached this exact moment. But the darkness underestimated you. It didn't know how much God was inside you. It didn't know how strong your spirit would become. It didn't know that Archangel Michael was assigned to fight for your life even when you couldn't see it. You were never alone. You were always followed by heaven's surveillance. Every time you thought you were being watched, it wasn't paranoia. It was divine awareness. God Himself was monitoring you. Not to punish you, but to time the breakthrough so perfectly that not even hell could block it. Do you feel the energy shifting right now? That's not just a feeling. That's the spiritual realm responding to this activation. A veil is parting. Your atmosphere is changing. Angels are moving. Light is increasing. The invisible realm is opening like a scroll, and your soul is being written into something massive. You are now entering the season where secret blessings will overtake you publicly. You are now in the hour where sudden favor will speak your name in rooms you've never stepped foot in. You are now in the chapter where heaven is exposing the conversations held behind your back, and reversing every verdict. Let me tell you something that was said in the meeting held in heaven about you. One of the angels stood up and said, "This one carries the oil of survival. This one should have lost everything, but look how they still pray. Look how they still hope. Look how they still believe." And God smiled. And the elders wept. And the cloud of witnesses leaned forward. And Michael lifted his wings and said, "Release it now." And heaven responded, "Let it be done." In that moment, a decision was made. A shift was released. A spiritual vault, ancient and untouched, was opened. And inside that vault, blueprints, documents, assignments, wealth transfers, vindications, exposures, promotions, healings, confirmations, prophecies that were delayed, marriages that were postponed, journeys that were blocked. Suddenly all of it started to flow in your direction. Can you feel it now? That tug on your soul? That weight of something sacred entering your atmosphere? That's the divine delivery approaching your spiritual doorway. Angels are not walking. They are running, carrying what was locked up until this moment. And Michael, still crying, whispers into your spirit, "Please don't doubt this. You've waited too long for this. Don't reject the message because it feels too big. You are big. That's why. Your future is larger than your past. That's why your past felt so heavy, it had to weigh enough to build the muscle needed for the size of what's coming. You weren't being punished. You were being forged. You weren't being ignored. You were being carved into something holy. Every delay wasn't a denial. It was a protection. It was a repositioning. God was saving the best for now. For this season. For this decision. And that's why the enemy started panicking the moment you opened this. He knew the contract was about to break. The spiritual bondage was about to shatter. The confusion was about to end. Because you finally reached the location of divine clarity. The place where heaven talks directly to you. And once you hear this voice, you'll never listen to a lie again. Once you receive this vision, you'll never again accept scraps. Once you remember who you are, you'll stop trying to prove it to people who were never anointed to understand you. Michael says, "The scroll is unsealed." You now have access to what was forbidden before. That dream that keeps returning? It's not a coincidence. It's a divine instruction. That person you keep thinking about? Heaven may be assigning them to you in a way you couldn't yet see. That name that popped up in your spirit while reading this? Ask God what to do with that connection. It's not random. That deep urge to move, change, begin something new. That's your spirit responding to heaven's yes. The devil tried to make you think you were too late. But God says you're right on time. The heavens were waiting for you to find this because now your soul is aligned. You're tuned in. You're awake. And beloved, you're ready. So here it is, your final confirmation. You will receive a message within the next 72 hours that will be so specific, so accurate, so divinely timed, that you'll know this wasn't imagination. It will be a phone call, a name, a dream, a sign, a sudden conversation, or a document. And when it happens, remember this moment. Remember that Archangel Michael cried tears of joy for you. Remember that heaven opened the vault for you. Remember that God Himself whispered into your timeline, "It is done. You are safe now. You are ready now. You are free now. Don't look back." The final decision from heaven will manifest in your physical world. Watch. You've crossed over. And now, everything changes. God says, "My child, even now, as your eyes pass over these words, something inside of you is trembling, not out of fear, but because your spirit knows this is not just another message. Your soul knows that something sacred is unfolding, something you cannot ignore anymore. Heaven has orchestrated this moment with precision. Do you understand what that means? That no part of this is random. No part of this is casual. This exact moment in time was written into the divine blueprint of your life because I, the Lord your God, knew that there would come a day when the weight of what was spoken behind your back would become too dangerous to stay hidden. That day is now. That hour is now. And Michael is still crying because he knows that you are inches away from either full protection or devastating loss, depending on whether you choose to fully open this time or walk away again. The person who made this confession about you never expected it to be exposed. They believed their words would live in the shadows forever. They whispered your name not with love, but with poison. They spoke of your life with resentment, twisted the truth to make you look like the villain in a story that was never even yours. And the worst part? The person they confessed to believed them. That second person now carries a distorted image of you, and they've been spreading that image silently, slowly, turning others against you without you ever realizing. And all this time, you've wondered why people started pulling away. You've wondered why blessings felt delayed, why certain people once close to you suddenly became cold. This is why. But let me speak even deeper now. There's something else you don't know. The confession didn't happen just once. It's been repeated. This person has been carrying bitterness and envy in their heart for years, and every time you rise, every time light touches your life, it triggers something in them that makes them want to pull you back down. So they talk. They invent. They exaggerate. And they've done it so skillfully that even some people who love you have started to doubt you in their private thoughts. But I am the God who sees what is hidden in the inner rooms, and I have had enough. Michael came to me with trembling hands and said, "Father, how much longer must this go on? How much longer will your child suffer from things they don't even know are happening? Please, let me reveal it. Let me show them. Let me protect them fully." And I said yes. That is why he is crying, because he finally received permission to reveal everything, and yet, even now, he sees you hesitating again. He sees you reading this, feeling the weight of it, but still questioning if it's really meant for you. And that hesitation, my child, it breaks his heart. Because he knows how urgent this is. He knows what's about to happen if you don't fully take this message seriously. Let me tell you something only heaven knows. The person who made this confession has already begun preparing for your downfall. They are aligning with others, shaping a story that will paint you in a light so false, so distorted, that if it reaches the wrong ears, it could destroy opportunities you haven't even received yet. They are speaking to someone in a position of influence, someone you haven't even met yet, and they are trying to ensure that when your name comes up, it is met with suspicion and resistance. But what they don't know is that I have intercepted that plan. I've instructed angels to go ahead of you, to whisper the truth into the hearts of the right people before the lie can arrive. But even heaven's efforts require your alignment. If you continue to skip Michael's promptings, you may step into the very situation heaven is trying to protect you from. You see, the spiritual realm is full of movement right now. Angels are shifting things. Scrolls are being opened. Doors are being guarded. Names are being spoken in high places. Your name is on the lips of more than just men, it is on the lips of my angels, my scribes, my warriors. But so is the name of the one who confessed. And in heaven's courtroom, both names have been laid before me. On one scroll is their words. On another is your destiny. And the two are in conflict. I have the power to cancel their words, to override their lies, to bring justice so swift it will stun everyone watching, but I cannot do it unless you step into agreement with me. Unless you acknowledge this message and act on it with faith and obedience. Do you feel that tension in your spirit right now? That is Michael standing right behind you. His presence is so heavy because he has never wept like this before. His love for you is fierce. His loyalty is unmatched. But even his protection has limits if you keep ignoring the signs. There is a reason you feel watched sometimes. There's a reason certain rooms feel different lately. Michael has had to block spiritual attacks that were sent to attach themselves to your emotions, your relationships, even your finances. And each time, he's done it with love. But each time you skipped his warning, that shield weakened slightly. My child, this is not a time for delay. Not now. Now, let me tell you exactly what they said. The confession included words like manipulator, untrustworthy, and dangerous. They said you were only pretending to be kind. They said you were using people to get ahead. They described you as someone who twists situations to your benefit. All lies. All deeply rooted in jealousy and fear of your light. They spoke about a time you helped them, and they spun the story to make it look like you hurt them. They took your kindness and flipped it upside down. And the person who heard it believed it because the story was told with fake tears and a performance worthy of an award. But I was watching. I saw their heart as they lied. I saw the intention behind their tears. And now I will expose it. You must understand, my child,